Here's the deal. Prepping isn't about cramming every inch of your pantry with random supplies. It's about precision, strategy, and making every choice count. Forget stockpiling a mountain of items you'll never use. What you really need is a laser-focused plan. Just 5 essential foods. That's it. Nail these 5 and you won't just scrape by when things go south. You'll thrive while others burn through their short-term stashes. These aren't just survival foods, they're your ticket to staying ahead of the chaos. So if you're ready to prep smarter, not harder, stick around. And hey, before we dive into the list, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join a community that's all about prepping with purpose, not panic. 1. The calorie cornerstone, white rice. Let's be perfectly clear. If your long-term food strategy doesn't start with a substantial supply of white rice, you're not preparing for a crisis. You're just collecting supplies. Rice isn't merely another item to check off a list. It is the absolute bedrock of a resilient food plan. It represents the critical distinction between people who talk about being ready and those who have a genuine plan to endure. You can accumulate all the high-tech gear and costly ready-to-eat meal buckets you want, but without a deep store of rice, your preparations are fundamentally weak. Rice is the silent workhorse of the survival world, a staple so effective and affordable that the commercial survival industry has little incentive to promote it. They can't make a huge profit on it, so you won't see it advertised with the same excitement as flashy high-margin alternatives. Consider the simple, powerful math of survival. For the price of one single emergency food bucket, you can often purchase a 50-pound bag of white rice, which provides tens of thousands of life-sustaining calories. This is not the quick, empty energy from a processed snack. This is dense, authentic fuel that can power your body through extended periods of intense physical labor and stress. When you evaluate foods based on calories per dollar, white rice outperforms nearly every other option available. While novice preppers might show off their expensive meal kits, the truly prepared individual quietly secures hundreds of pounds of rice, knowing they possess a real and lasting source of sustenance. When a disaster strikes and the grocery store shelves are bare, those who depend on short-term solutions will find their resources exhausted within days. In contrast, those with a properly stored supply of rice will continue to eat well, maintaining their strength and composure. Rice is also much more than just a source of bulk calories. It is a strategic asset that multiplies the value of your entire pantry. When you combine it with beans, for instance, you create a complete protein, giving your body all the essential amino acids needed to maintain muscle and function at a high level. Even when eaten alone with just some oil and salt, rice can keep you going. There is a reason that entire civilizations were built on the back of this simple grain. However, the greatest strength of rice is tied directly to its greatest vulnerability: storage. This is where most people make a critical error. Simply stashing a paper bag of rice in a closet is a recipe for failure, as it will quickly be ruined by moisture, pests, and mold. The only correct method is to seal the rice in mylar bags with oxygen absorbers and then place these bags inside sturdy food-grade bucket. When done right, this method protects your rice for up to 30 years. This transforms it from mere food into a long-term insurance policy against an uncertain future. 2. The protein workhorse, dried beans. If rice is the foundation that keeps you from starvation, beans are the engine that provides the power. They are the protein workhorse of your survival pantry, capable of turning a simple base of carbohydrates into a nutritionally complete and deeply satisfying meal. Beans are the undisputed champion of plant-based protein for any prepper. By combining them with rice, you unlock a nutritional synergy that rivals meat, delivering a complete protein profile without the dependency on refrigeration, the uncertainty of hunting, or the high cost of preserved animal products. This combination is the very essence of sustainable survival, a formula for strength and endurance that has been proven over centuries. A frequent error made by those new to prepping is to overlook beans in favor of seemingly more convenient protein sources like beef jerky, protein bars, or canned meats. While these items may have a role in a 72-hour kit, they are poor choices for any long-term scenario due to their high cost, limited shelf life, and inefficient storage footprint. Dried beans are the complete opposite. They are exceptionally inexpensive, which allows you to stockpile a vast quantity of high-quality protein for a very small investment. They are a true long-term asset, an investment in your future health and security. When stored correctly in a cool, dark, and dry place, ideally using the same mylar bag and bucket technique as rice, dried beans can remain viable for 25 to 30 years without any meaningful loss of nutrition. This incredible durability makes them an indispensable part of any serious food reserve. While dried beans are the king of long-term storage, canned beans provide a crucial short-term tactical advantage: immediate access. In a situation where you have no power, no fuel, and no ability to start a fire, you can simply open a can of beans and have an instant, ready-to-eat source of protein and calories. This convenience can be a lifesaver in the initial chaotic phase of an emergency, offering a genuine meal when you need it most. A robust supply of beans is not an optional add-on. It is an absolute requirement for anyone who is serious about food independence. Rice alone will keep you alive, but adding beans to your diet ensures your body receives the essential building blocks it needs to repair tissue, maintain muscle mass, and sustain the energy required for demanding physical tasks. This powerful duo is survival perfection, a combination that has allowed populations to endure famine, conflict, and economic collapse throughout history. It is the simple, effective, and affordable answer that is often drowned out by the noise of more profitable but less practical alternatives. Stocking a variety of beans, such as pinto, black, kidney, and navy beans, provides nutritional diversity and offers different flavors and textures to combat meal fatigue, a significant factor for morale in a prolonged crisis. 3. The silent engine: rolled oats. In the world of survival stockpiling, oats don't demand the spotlight. They aren't as foundational as rice or as protein-dense as beans, but they are the silent engine of a well-rounded food supply. Oats are arguably the most underestimated survival food, often passed over for more traditional staples. While others focus exclusively on long-cooking grains and legumes, the strategic prepper understands the unique and critical role that oats play, particularly when it comes to speed, efficiency, and morale. The first few moments of a crisis are often the most chaotic, and the morning after a disruptive event can be brutal. You wake up cold, stressed, and needing to conserve every resource, especially fuel. This is where oats prove their superiority. You don't have the time, the security, or the fuel to simmer rice or beans for an extended period. Oats solve this problem with incredible efficiency. A handful of rolled oats, a splash of hot water, and you have a nutritious hot meal in under 5 minutes. In a dire situation, they can even be consumed cold-soaked, a process known as overnight oats that requires no fuel whatsoever. This level of preparation speed and fuel conservation cannot be matched by most other bulk staples. This makes them an ideal food for the immediate aftermath of a disaster, for bug-out scenarios where you are on the move, or for any situation where a quick, warm meal can provide a much-needed physical and psychological boost. Furthermore, the versatility of oats is a powerful tool against food fatigue, a real and debilitating challenge in any long-term survival scenario. Consuming the same foods day after day can be mentally draining. Oats break that monotony. They can be prepared sweet, with honey, maple syrup, or powdered milk. They can also be made savory, cooked with bouillon, salt, and pepper, and mixed with canned meats or dried vegetables to create a hearty porridge-like meal. You can even grind oats into a coarse flour using a simple hand crank grinder, opening up possibilities for baking flatbreads, pancakes, or bannock over an open fire. This adaptability allows you to create variety and comfort from a single simple ingredient. From a storage perspective, oats are simple and effective. Standard rolled oats in their original packaging will last for 1 to 2 years in a cool, dark pantry. For a serious long-term supply, packing them into mylar bags with oxygen absorbers inside food-grade buckets extends their shelf life dramatically, easily lasting up to 10 years or more. Steel-cut oats, being less processed, can last even longer under the same conditions. They are lightweight and compact, making them a perfect addition to a bug-out bag or for those with limited storage space. Overlooking oats is a mistake you will feel on the first cold morning of a crisis. When you're low on fuel, short on time, and staring at a bag of hard, uncooked beans. Having a substantial supply of oats means you will always have a fast, efficient, and comforting fuel source to start your day and keep you moving when others are struggling just to get a fire going. 4. The morale multiplier: flour and wheat berries. Long-term survival is a battle fought on 2 fronts: physical and psychological. While staples like rice and beans will keep your body alive, it is flour that will help keep your spirit intact. Flour, or even better, its unprocessed form of whole wheat berries, represents more than just calories. It represents normalcy, comfort, and the very essence of civilization in a bag. Surviving is one thing, but living with a sense of humanity through a crisis is another. Flour is the ingredient that bridges that gap. It is the ultimate morale multiplier, capable of transforming a bleak pantry of basic ingredients into something that feels like a real meal. Think about the psychological impact of food. A bowl of plain beans is sustenance, but a bowl of beans served with a piece of warm, freshly made flatbread. That is a dinner. It provides a sense of comfort and satisfaction that goes far beyond simple nutrition. The power of flour lies in its transformative ability. A simple bag of flour can be turned into an astonishing variety of foods with minimal equipment. Even without yeast, leavening agents, or an oven, you can make tortillas, flatbreads, bannock, or simple pan-fried biscuits. This ability to create bread in some form is a profound psychological anchor. It connects you to a sense of routine and tradition that can be easily lost in a chaotic world. It turns survival rations into a shared meal, a moment of community and comfort. Flour stretches other resources, making them go further and taste better. It can thicken stews, be used as a base for gravy made from meat drippings, or be mixed with oats to create more substantial breakfast foods. When it comes to long-term storage, you have two excellent options. White flour, when stored properly in an airtight container away from light and moisture, can last for several years. The superior choice for the serious prepper, however, is whole wheat berries. In their unprocessed state, these berries are incredibly durable. Stored in mylar bags within sealed buckets, they can last for 30 years or more. Investing in a simple, durable hand-crank grain mill allows you to grind fresh, nutritious flour as you need it, ensuring maximum freshness and nutritional value. This process also guarantees that your flour retains all the natural oils and nutrients lost in commercial processing. Having a mill and a supply of wheat berries isn't just about food. It's about self-sufficiency at the highest level. 5. The calorie wildcard, peanut butter. In any survival scenario, there is a hierarchy of needs, and one of the most frequently overlooked is fat. Many preppers focus so intently on carbohydrates and proteins that they create a massive and potentially dangerous nutritional gap in their supply. Your body and brain require fat to function correctly. Without it, you face cognitive decline, mood instability, and a rapid drop in energy. This is where peanut butter enters the picture as the ultimate survival wildcard. It is a dense, powerful, and immediate solution to the critical need for fat and calories. A single jar of peanut butter is a treasure trove of nutrition, ready to be consumed with zero preparation. No fire, no water, no cooking required. Just open the lid and eat. In a high-stress situation, this convenience is priceless. Let's look at the numbers. Just 2 tablespoons of peanut butter can deliver close to 200 calories, packed with healthy fats, a decent amount of protein, and essential micronutrients. This caloric density makes it one of the most efficient foods you can store, especially when space is a concern. It's the perfect fuel for a bug-out bag, providing an instant energy boost on the move without weighing you down. Beyond its practicality, peanut butter offers a significant morale boost. It's a familiar comfort food that can make a stark survival diet feel more palatable and satisfying. You can stir it into your morning oatmeal for a punch of flavor and fat, spread it on crackers or homemade bread, or even mix it into a savory dish of rice and beans to create a richer, more complex flavor profile. This versatility helps combat food fatigue and makes your other supplies more enjoyable. The shelf life of commercially produced peanut butter is excellent, typically lasting 1 to 2 years past its best-by date if stored in a cool, dark place. The natural oils can separate over time, but this is not a sign of spoilage. A simple stir will recombine it. For even longer storage, powdered peanut butter is an outstanding option. With the fat removed for stability, it can last for over a decade when sealed properly. Just add water to rehydrate it into a spread, or use the powder to add flavor and protein to other foods. However, the most compelling reason to stock peanut butter is its potential value as a bartering item. In a post-crisis economy, essential goods become currency. While many people might have rice and beans, high-quality, ready-to-eat fats will be incredibly scarce. A simple jar of peanut butter could become an item of immense trade value, far exceeding its original cost. Given the increasing pressures on peanut crops from droughts and changing weather patterns, prices are already on the rise. When the next major supply chain disruption occurs, items like peanut butter will be among the first to disappear from shelves. Stocking it now is not just a smart nutritional choice, it's a strategic investment in your future resilience. Bonus point 6. The nutrient powerhouse. Salt and spices. While not a source of calories, salt is arguably one of the most critical survival items you can stockpile, moving far beyond simple flavor enhancement into the realm of essential biological function and food preservation. In a long-term crisis scenario, a lack of salt can become a life-threatening deficiency. Your body relies on sodium for a multitude of vital processes, including nerve function, muscle contraction, and maintaining proper fluid balance. During periods of high physical stress and exertion, exactly what you'd expect in a survival situation, you lose significant amounts of salt through sweat. Failure to replenish it can lead to dehydration, muscle cramps, dizziness, and a dangerous condition known as hyponatremia. Storing food is pointless if your body is physically breaking down from a lack of basic electrolytes. Therefore, a substantial supply of salt isn't a luxury, it's a non-negotiable medical and dietary necessity. Beyond its physiological importance, salt is one of humanity's oldest and most effective food preservation agents. Before refrigeration, salt was the primary method used to cure meat, fish, and even some vegetables, preventing spoilage and extending the life of perishable foods indefinitely. Imagine you are fortunate enough to hunt game or catch fish. Without a way to preserve it, you are forced into a feast or famine cycle, consuming what you can before the rest spoils. With a large supply of salt, however, you can cure that meat, turning a temporary bounty into a stable, long-lasting source of protein that will see you through leaner times. This capability transforms your food strategy from one of simple storage to one of active resource management and self-sufficiency. It allows you to take advantage of opportunities in your environment and build a truly resilient food system. For this purpose, non-iodized salt like canning or kosher salt is ideal, as the additives in iodized table salt can sometimes affect the curing process. Finally, we must not underestimate the psychological impact of flavor. A diet of plain rice and beans will keep you alive, but it will quickly become a monotonous and demoralizing routine. This is where a well-stocked collection of spices becomes a powerful tool for maintaining morale. Spices like black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, chili powder, and dried herbs are lightweight, have a very long shelf life, and can dramatically transform the same basic ingredients into a variety of different tasting meals. This small touch of normalcy and enjoyment can be a significant psychological boost, helping to combat food fatigue and making the daily act of eating something to look forward to, rather than a chore to be endured. The ability to make food taste good is a deeply humanizing experience that should not be overlooked in a crisis. A simple investment in bulk salt and a variety of foundational spices provides a massive return in terms of health, food preservation capability, and mental well-being. Bonus point 7. The liquid gold. Honey and sugar. In a survival pantry, calories are king, and few substances offer a more direct, versatile, and long-lasting source of energy than honey and sugar. While often viewed as simple sweeteners, their role in a long-term emergency extends far beyond making food taste better. They are a concentrated fuel source, a powerful morale booster, and, in the case of honey, a potent medicinal tool. Sugar, in its pure crystalline form, provides an immediate and powerful burst of energy. This is critical in situations requiring intense physical output or when someone is suffering from hypoglycemia or exhaustion. A spoonful of sugar can provide the quick metabolic lift needed to get through a difficult task or recover from a physical shock. Beyond direct consumption, sugar is essential for a variety of food preservation techniques. It is a key ingredient in making jams and jellies, allowing you to preserve foraged fruits. It is also vital for baking, providing food for yeast and contributing to the texture and flavor of breads and other baked goods, which, as we've discussed, are incredible for morale. Stored in an airtight container away from moisture, white granulated sugar will last indefinitely. Honey, often referred to as liquid gold, possesses all the caloric benefits of sugar, but comes with a host of additional advantages. It is one of the few foods on Earth that will never spoil. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are thousands of years old and still perfectly edible. This incredible shelf life makes it the ultimate survival food. Its longevity is due to its low water content and high acidity, creating an environment where bacteria and other microorganisms cannot survive. For the prepper, this means you can store honey without any special considerations beyond keeping it in a sealed container, and it will be there for you when you need it. Guaranteed. Furthermore, raw, unprocessed honey has well-documented medicinal properties. It is a natural antibacterial and anti-inflammatory agent. For centuries, it has been used as a topical treatment for wounds, burns, and sores. Applied to a wound, it can help prevent infection, reduce inflammation, and promote faster healing. An invaluable asset when access to modern medical supplies may be limited or non-existent. A supply of honey is both a food and a first aid item. Both honey and sugar serve a crucial role in making other foods more palatable. A little sweetness can make oatmeal more appealing to children, balance the flavors in a savory dish, or be used to create comforting hot drinks. In a world stripped of its usual comforts, the simple pleasure of sweetness can be a powerful psychological anchor, providing a sense of normalcy and satisfaction that is vital for long-term mental endurance. Bonus point 8. The versatility king, powdered milk. While the core staples provide energy and protein, they often lack certain essential nutrients, most notably calcium and a complete range of vitamins. This is where powdered milk proves its immense value as a bonus survival staple. It is a lightweight, long-lasting, and incredibly versatile ingredient that shores up critical nutritional gaps in a typical survival diet. A diet lacking in calcium over a prolonged period can lead to serious health issues, including weakened bones and dental problems. Powdered milk is a fantastic source of calcium and is also often fortified with vitamin D, which is essential for calcium absorption and immune function. For families with children, powdered milk is not a bonus. It is an absolute necessity, providing the critical nutrients they need for growth and development when fresh milk is unavailable. The versatility of powdered milk cannot be overstated. Its most obvious use is to be reconstituted with water to create liquid milk, which can be drunk on its own or poured over oatmeal. This simple act can provide a tremendous sense of normalcy and comfort. But its utility extends far beyond that. It can be added directly in its powdered form to a wide range of recipes to increase their nutritional content and richness. Mix it into bread dough, pancake batter, or biscuit recipes for a softer texture and a boost of protein and calcium. Add it to soups, stews, and sauces to create a creamy consistency and a richer flavor profile. You can even mix it with a small amount of water to create a thick, creamy paste that can be added to coffee or tea. This ability to enhance both the nutritional value and the quality of other foods makes it a true force multiplier in the pantry. From a storage perspective, powdered milk is highly efficient. It is far lighter and more compact than any liquid or evaporated alternative. When stored in its original sealed packaging in a cool, dark place, it can last for several years. For ultimate longevity, transferring the powder to mylar bags with oxygen absorbers and storing it in sealed buckets can extend its shelf life to 20 years or more. This makes it a reliable long-term investment in your family's health. In a crisis, the ability to provide a glass of milk to a child, to have cream for your coffee, or to bake a loaf of nutrient-rich bread is a tangible advantage. It addresses hidden nutritional needs that are often forgotten in the rush to stockpile carbs and protein, making powdered milk a cornerstone of a truly comprehensive and thoughtful survival food plan. Bonus point 9. The hidden harvest, garden seeds. A pantry full of stored food is a finite resource. No matter how much you stockpile, it will eventually run out. The ultimate form of food security is not just having food, but having the ability to produce it. This is why a robust collection of non-hybrid, open-pollinated heirloom seeds is one of the most powerful survival assets you can possess. It represents the transition from a passive consumer of stored goods to an active producer of a renewable food source. Storing seeds is storing potential, the potential for a continuous harvest that can sustain you and your family long after the last can of beans has been opened. This is not about hobby gardening. This is about cultivating resilience from the ground up. Investing in seeds is a strategic move that fundamentally changes the equation of long-term survival. The key is to select the right kind of seeds. Hybrid seeds, which are common in most commercial garden centers, are not suitable for self-sufficiency. While they may produce a vigorous first-year crop, the seeds they produce are often sterile or will not grow true to the parent plant. Heirloom seeds, on the other hand, are open-pollinated, meaning you can harvest the seeds from your crop at the end of the season and use them to plant the following year, creating a self-perpetuating food cycle. This is a critical distinction. A collection of heirloom seeds gives you a food source that can last for generations. When selecting seeds, focus on calorie density, ease of growth, and nutritional variety. Staples like corn, squash, and beans, the three sisters of Native American agriculture, are excellent choices as they grow well together and provide a balanced diet. Also include nutrient-dense leafy greens like spinach and kale, hardy root vegetables like carrots and potatoes, and prolific producers like tomatoes and zucchini. This variety not only ensures a broader range of vitamins and minerals but also protects you against the total failure of a single crop. Proper storage is essential to ensure the long-term viability of your seeds. They must be kept in a cool, dark, and dry environment. An effective method is to place the seed packets inside a sealed mason jar with a silica desiccant packet to absorb any moisture. For even more robust protection, you can seal them in mylar bags and store them in a freezer or a temperature-stable root cellar. A well-stored seed bank can remain viable for many years, acting as a silent insurance policy. Beyond the food itself, the act of gardening provides a powerful psychological benefit in a crisis. It establishes a routine, a sense of purpose, and a direct connection to your own survival. Tending to a garden can reduce stress and provide a feeling of control in an otherwise chaotic world. Don't wait for a crisis to learn how to grow food. Start a small garden now, learn the basics of planting, pest control, and seed saving. This knowledge is as valuable as the seeds themselves. Bonus point 10, the instant meal, canned meats and fish. While dried beans provide an excellent long-term protein solution, they require time and fuel to prepare. In many emergency situations, both of these resources may be in critically short supply. This is where a deep pantry of high-quality canned meats and fish becomes an invaluable tactical asset. They offer a source of high-quality, ready-to-eat animal protein that requires no cooking, no preparation, and no refrigeration. You can simply open a can and have an immediate, nutrient-dense meal. This convenience is a game-changer in the initial phase of a crisis, during a short-term power outage, or in a bug-out scenario where you need to eat quickly without drawing attention to your location with a fire. Canned fish, in particular, is a nutritional powerhouse. Varieties like salmon, tuna, sardines, and mackerel are packed with protein and, critically, omega-3 fatty acids. These essential fats are vital for brain function, reducing inflammation, and supporting cardiovascular health, all of which are placed under significant strain during a high-stress survival situation. Sardines are an especially perfect survival food, as you typically consume the entire fish, including the soft, edible bones, which provides a massive and highly bioavailable dose of calcium. The oil that these fish are often packed in is another excellent source of fat and calories, and it should not be discarded. It can be used for cooking or simply consumed along with the fish for extra energy. Similarly, canned meats like chicken, turkey, beef, and classic Spam provide a satisfying and savory protein source that can be eaten directly from the can or easily added to other dishes. A few chunks of canned chicken can transform a simple bowl of rice into a hearty and satisfying meal. Canned ham or beef can be fried quickly to add a powerful flavor and fat component to any dish. The psychological benefit of eating a familiar, savory meat product can be immense, providing a significant morale boost and a break from the monotony of a grain and legume-based diet. When purchasing canned meats, pay attention to the expiration dates and practice a first-in, first-out rotation system in your pantry to ensure freshness. While the best buy dates are often conservative, with proper storage in a cool, dark place, these goods can last for many years beyond their printed date. Having a diverse supply of canned proteins is not about replacing your bulk stores of beans but complementing them with an immediate, convenient, and nutritionally dense option for times when preparation is not feasible. Bonus point 11. The unseen essential. Cooking oils and fat. A prepper can stockpile thousands of pounds of rice, beans, and flour, but without a supply of cooking oils and fats, their food plan has a massive and debilitating flaw. Fats are not just a cooking medium, they are a vital macronutrient, a critical component for nutrient absorption, and one of the most concentrated sources of calories available. The human body requires dietary fat for hormone production, brain health, and the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. A low-fat diet during a period of high physical and mental stress will lead to a rapid decline in both energy and cognitive function. Furthermore, fats provide a feeling of satiety or fullness, that carbohydrates alone cannot match. A meal that includes fat will stick with you longer, keeping hunger at bay and providing sustained energy. The choice of what fats to store is important, as shelf life can vary significantly. Solid shortening, such as Crisco, is an excellent choice for long-term storage. In its sealed, airtight container, it can last for many years, especially when stored in a cool environment. It is versatile for frying, baking, and adding directly to dishes for a calorie boost. Coconut oil is another outstanding option, prized for its high smoke point and extremely long shelf life, thanks to its high concentration of stable saturated fats. Lard, or rendered animal fat, is a traditional choice that is also very shelf-stable when properly rendered and stored, and it adds incredible flavor to cooking. For liquid oils, choose those with good longevity, such as olive oil or avocado oil, but be mindful that their shelf life is generally shorter than solid fats. Store all oils and fats in a cool, dark place, as light, heat, and oxygen are their primary enemies and will cause them to go rancid. Beyond nutrition, fats are a cornerstone of effective cooking. They are essential for frying, sautéing, and baking. Imagine trying to make a flatbread or fry a piece of caught fish without any oil. Fats prevent sticking, transfer heat efficiently, and are responsible for the development of rich flavors and appealing textures. A simple dish of beans and rice can be made vastly more palatable and calorically dense with the addition of a spoonful of oil. In a survival scenario, where your food options may be limited and repetitive, the ability to improve the taste and texture of your meals is crucial for maintaining morale. Fats also have uses beyond the kitchen. They can be used to season cast iron cookware, lubricate tools, or even be used as a component in makeshift candles. A deep supply of stable cooking fats is not an afterthought. It is a foundational element that enhances the value of every other food item in your pantry.